Hello, Dr. Derek. How you doing? Today I'll be calling you only by your first name because it's quite difficult for me to say your last name. So I hope you don't mind. Um, yeah, today I'll be presenting my strategic plan for my final project in the collective impact class. So without further ado, let's get to it. My company is Intersports America. So let me start by um, talking about their services. They have more than one service actually, but what made them known, and it's also their main source of income, is assisting young international student athletes as a third party agent. So I know it sounds confusing. So to sum it up in a few words, they make the connection between their clients and the education institutions that they want to join. Although this might seem simple for Americans, just applying for college, many international students they do not understand the processes of applying to universities overseas, and that's when ESA steps in. They have experience in the soccer segment, so they have connections to coaches. So in addition to that, they play an important role in linking a player with the coach, which will define his or her scholarship. And the reason I decided to choose this company is because of my admiration for their service. As you can see on the slide, the owner is called Marcelo Norton. He was my agent like 8 or 9 years ago, and my case was kind of difficult because I didn't have a wide budget. So here's the reason why I've been here in the U.S. for so long, and they're headquartered in Miami, Florida. And yeah, all right, let's talk about proposed partnerships. Um, and student athlete is pretty much performing their role 24/7, as everything they do have an impact. Even their nutrition and sleep have an impact. With that being said, many services are crucial for maximizing performance. ESA is not a large corporation with various departments like Apple or Nike or Google. So services that go beyond the advisory itself are usually outsourced or sent to third-party partners. For example, every ESA athlete needs a video um, showcasing their best highlights to attract the attention of coaches. So instead of hiring video editors as ESA employees, yes, the business usually partners with freelancers, and this extends to other services as like official translators, nutritionists, and even English schools. Um, It is of utmost importance that the professional community as a whole works in synergy to ensure alignment for cooperation and success, because it kind of works like a gear, right? One thing leads to another, and if one mistake happens, everything collapses. All right, culture and mission development. They have a vision of being a leader in sports exchange programs in the US, and their mission is to help student athletes achieve their dream of international experience. Um, they play a crucial role in the development of young people, not only on the field as athletes, but also as individuals and professionals off the field. Its service not only expands a young person's range of opportunities, but also shapes them in terms of health and education. The SA's team is built of energetic, dynamic, sports-minded professionals with the purpose of helping others. All right. Hiring goals. There are two hiring processes, and they're different. First, there are sports-related skills. They are intertwined with leadership, which I consider essential in sports. The most important traits for managing a sports entity and being a good leader in sports are communication, negotiation, adaptability, conflict resolution, critical thinking, and creativity. The second hiring process goes with virtues and values. Um, and the order is integrity, enthusiasm, and competence in the workplace. That's how they function in this order. Um, all right, current employee buy-in strategy. So hiring for the sake of hiring has no meaning. The employee needs to see a purpose in order to accept an offer and stay in the long term. Otherwise, it's just numbers, right? Um, with that being said, before discussing financial aspects, ESA creates a career plan with short and long-term personal and professional goals. This way, if there is alignment between the company and the employee, the hiring process just happens naturally because there's a cooperation between both ends. All right. Um, Resources needed for completion. All right. I put four topics: expansion, new locations, data performance tools, and coaches. Um, they need to set up new sites in Brazil. More franchises will get them closer to their clients. Besides, they must have performance tool for performance analysis, such as vests for advanced tracking of speed, distance, energy, and intensity. Like catapult, it's very, very common. Um, all of it also means more staff, right? More location, it means more coaches, more assistant coaches, and so on and so on. Um, However, ESA must make sure the new personnel meets the principles and values of the institution. Um, because if you just hire a regular coach who doesn't understand the concepts, the whole program will fall apart. This happened with one of their competitors, Next Level Academy. They just hired people with no experience, and it is known that many schools don't accept players from their academy anymore. Funding strategy, that's a good one. There are three steps that, in my opinion, are the goals and the right track for ESA to expand exponentially. First, securing funding through investor allocations. Second, commission via partnerships or professional clubs, and referral fees for services. Let's talk about the first one. We need to connect with entrepreneurs or investors in the sports sector who have the financial capacity to expand our market. But these individuals must not only align with our objectives, but believe in the ideas enough to invest in them. In addition to it, ESA is increasingly focusing on the professional soccer market in the United States. When they refer a player to a professional club in these leagues, let's say USL, USL 1 or 2, MLS, they can secure significant commissions from the clubs. And only one player is all it takes for the net income to grow exponentially. And finally, the resources that can help Intersports America to implement its strategy plan can also be sourced through cooperation with specialists, including nutritionists, language teachers, works to assist athletes, in addition to earning referral commissions. Like let's say one of their clients is looking for a nutritionist, will indicate and get a small share from it. Just one doesn't seem enough, but when you combine 70, 80, 100, and 5% on each one of them, it affects. All right. Last but not least, there's outreach plan. Um, all right. I believe the company is in a phase of rethinking its ideas and concepts. The sports exchange market is highly niche, catering specifically to young athletes aged 16 to 24 from upper middle class backgrounds. This type of service is easily replicated and has no significant entry barriers, which has resulted in several competitors over the years. Not only companies, but regular agents with no employees or nothing. And this complicated the company's expansions. In my view, the best way for ESA to establish itself in the sports soccer market is in both United States and Brazil is by transitioning into professional athlete management. Because there are harder barriers to entry. This is not only a personal goal of mine, but also an objective for the company. When I talked with Marcelo for the last time, he was telling me that that's one of their main goals. While the management of sports exchange is currently its primary source of income, the professional market involves a much larger financial opportunities, which can leverage the company's net income dramatically overnight. Um, there are two key steps for the company to achieve its this exponential leap. First, like I said earlier, attracting investors interested in funding ESA is a must. Sports organizations need to operate professionally and demonstrate to potential investors how sports-related spending can boost profitability. Once they do that, it's a piece of cake. And second, it's market expansion. Establishing new locations in Brazil could help bring the ESA brand closer to its clientele, like I mentioned previously. All right, so this is it. I hope you enjoy it, Dr. Derek, and I'm gonna leave. Bye.